Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the CSTV. I'm your host, Caroline Egal Toto, Madam CS, and this is the Women Warriors of Africa's Independency. Stay tuned and have it through and real. Kindly remember to subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, and share it in your platforms. In today's Women Warriors, the focus is on Bibi Titi Mohammed, a woman freedom fighter in Tanzania. Now, when we talk about Tanzania's political reparation or Tanzania's fight for political reparation, many people will talk about the Machi Rebellion, a rebellion that was organized and led by Kichingitile in the early 1900s as a reaction towards the invasion of Germans in Tanganyika, the present-day Tanzania. However, we have very little spoken about Tanzania's reparation using political groups such as Tanu in the late 1940s, but what is lack of accounts of the role of women in Tanzania's reparation history, and the CSTV made efforts to go back to history to look at the role of women in Tanzania's liberation history or in Tanzania's efforts towards political independency, and that's how we settled on Bibi Titi Mohammed. Bibi Titi Mohammed was born in a Muslim family in 1926 in Dar es Salaam. His father was a livestock trader and a very devoted Muslim. The fun thing about his father is that he refused Titi to go to school. His father had his own fears. You know, it was during the time when actually there was Islam, there was Christianity, and honestly, there was an aspect that Christian missionaries were taking over the culture of the locals where they went. And therefore, the father was so much afraid that if we exposed his daughter to these missionary schools or to this formal education, then the daughter could be alienated from Islam. All at the same time, he didn't have that trust that actually the Christian missionaries could offer the best for her daughter as a Muslim girl. So as a result, he never allowed Titi to go to school. Titi only attended school after the demise of the death of his father. Actually, it is the mother who took Titi to school. When you look at Titi's political history and involvement in Tanzania's independence liberation, it can be traced back to the emancipation and support that she received from her own mother. The mother apparently knew the value of education. It's also be remembered that Titi got married at the age of 13, implying that Titi as a woman was married at a very young age. And out of this marriage, she got one daughter, Halima. However, several years later, Titi could divorce his old husband and move on with her own life. Titi's agenda or motivation to join the politics of Tanzania at that particular time and also join in the struggle for Tanzania's independency was informed by the fact that she realized that the women's rights under the colonial administration in Tanzania were not actually valued. She therefore entered into Tanzania's reparation movement because all she wanted was to fight not only for her country's independence, but also fight for the rights of Tanzanian women. In July 1954, when the Tanu, that is the political party that was spearheading the fight for Tanzania's independence was formed, Titi was actually helped to join this party by one man called Sheneda Platten. Sheneda Platten was a long-time political activist in Tanzania, so he helped Titi join this Tanu, a political party that was spearheading the negotiation and the fight for Tanzania's independence. like any other member. Not like Titi got this membership on a silver platter. She had to pay 6 shillings that were a compulsory member registration fee. So her role in this group cannot be assumed. Titi was very, very focal in forming alliances, cooperations, and friendship, and collecting money that was very needed to finance Tanu's operations and even finance trips by Mwalimu Julius Nyerere to the USA to drum for Tanzania's independency in the United Nations. Titi proved to be a very focal woman that she was nominated as a woman leader in Tanu. Apart from these cooperations, friendships, and even asking people to register or give money to finance Tanu's operations, Titi did a recruitment of several women, over 5,000 women, recruiting them into Tanu. What did she do? She used to go to Changa, all local pluralities, sell outlets. You know, these were more like hideouts, and she could actually recruit these women, local plural entrepreneurs, into Tanu. And somebody could wonder, why could Titi actually focus on these women? Titi was one woman I could say was very intelligent. Why? She knew very well that, you know, when people come to drink, they talk a lot of politics, and, you know, this is an opportunity to get people in a very informal setup where you can discuss issues that are actually affecting the society. So Titi knew that if we had the Changa entrepreneurs as members of Tanu or as supporters of Tanu, then he was assured that the message of Tanu concerning the liberation of Tanzania or the fight for Tanzania's independency could reach even the customers who came to actually buy alcohol from these women entrepreneurs. So basically, you realize that Titi knew the power of local people and the power of informal settings when it comes to spearing forward the spirit to fight for Tanzania's independency. One thing that we need to understand is that Titi's fight for Tanzania's reparation and involvement in Tanzania's politics never ended in 1961 when Tanzania attained its independency. No. What happened is that immediately after Tanzania gained its independency, Titi remained a very strong political woman. In fact, she was elected as a leader in 2 districts in Tanzania at that particular time. At the same time, she was an assistant minister of culture and development in Tanzania. And it tells you that this was a woman who was not only interested in Tanzania's liberation, but who wanted also to take part in self-government of Tanzania. Titi died in 2000 in Johannesburg. But as an effort to honor or in memory of his efforts in Tanzania's liberation and struggle for independency, some roads in Dar es Salaam have been named after her name. So you see, when you talk about Tanzania's liberation movements, let's not talk about Mwalimu Nyerere alone. Let's not talk about the men who led groups like March March Rebellion in the 1900s. Remember, we had strong women, and such women include people like Titi Bibi, Mohammed. From the CSTV, Madam CS, have a true and real. See you next time.